Hey everybody, it's David, hanging out in the backyard. Philippine American couple here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and give our videos a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. Today I got a question for you guys, and I really want some input and know what other people think. So briefly, and then I'll give you more details, but briefly, if you have a child who's getting ready to graduate high school, let's say in the next 2 years, and a family member says, "Oh, great. Does he plan to go to college?" Sure, if we can afford it. Well, guess what? The family member offers to pay for the college, but the parent puts stipulation on the family member giving the money to the child to go to college. So if you're a parent of a child, would you put a stipulation on the gift that your child is going to receive? Now let me go into details and you'll learn more about this to help you make your decision. So let's say there's two sisters. One is much better off than the other, and one has 4 children and barely make it. And in this situation, that person has her children are wonderful children, has a young man who is about to graduate high school in the next 2 years, wants to go to college. They're working hard to get scholarships, which is always the best thing to do. So they're doing all of that. And the sisters have talked about this in the past about, hey, when it comes time, the wealthier sister would do whatever she could to help. Well, as it's getting closer, you got to work on these things. So when they discussed it the other day, the sister's husband, who happened to work in higher education for many, almost 30 years, told the wealthier sister, hey, there's going to be a whole lot more associated cost with going to college. Instead of not going to college is more than just books and tuitions. It's travel, it's food, it's lodging, notebooks, computer, whatever those accessories are that a student needs over the time. So there's a lot more money involved than what a lot of people think. So this wonderfully brilliant husband suggested that they start figuring out what the real cost of this education is going to be, so that the wealthier sister could plan for this. And the other sister decided to come back and say, well, we know so far that the college tuition and books is going to be, and I'm going to just use rough numbers, real simple to make it easy. Let's say it's going to be $500 a semester. Okay, no problem. That could be covered. The sister told her, the wealthier sister. But the wealthier sister's husband knew in his mind that it would actually be probably more around $1,500 because of books, computer, travel, food, just things that you need to go through college. So the wealthier couple, okay, that's still doable, no worries. So once the other sister was informed of this, she's like, okay, that's great, but I have one stipulation and one stipulation only. And first, would you put any stipulations on this type of gift? But here was her stipulation. Her stipulation was that the child thinks that the money is coming from her. So the mother of the child wants that child to think the money is coming from her. Which, is that a valid stipulation? Is that something you would do in this situation? Because part of it is the child obviously knows that mom doesn't have any money. He lives there. They know how much they struggle in everyday life. And the child's not stupid. So they debated this back and forth. And the wealthier couple went back and forth, and the wealthier couple decided, well, look, we have no trouble covering the cost. But we won't be deceitful. We just won't. It's not that they need credit for anything, but they don't believe in being deceitful. The mother of the child did say, well, after the child graduates college, then maybe then we can tell him that you paid for his education. And maybe her theory was the child wouldn't work very hard in school if somebody else was paying it versus her mother. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. I would think that they would work harder knowing that they had a sponsor from far, far away who was doing everything they could to make their life better. I don't know. So that's a scenario that happened, and I would really like to have input and your thoughts on if somebody was going to offer you the money or offer your child to pay for your child's schooling, would you put that type of stipulation that the child had to think the money came from them versus an outside source? Now, the child knows this family, the wealthier family, knows the aunt. They grew up, so it's not like they're strangers. So that one has me, a little confused. As somebody who is logical, that one has me confused. So if you guys don't mind, please think about this and let me know what you think. Hey, I appreciate you. Everybody stay safe. We really, really do appreciate you. And we hope you guys are safe, that you're taking care. And trust me, the world's going to get better. It always does. So don't stress over the small stuff. Take care.